Okay, so this is a dead bug progression. So there's going to be 4 progressions. It's going to start out really easy and just get a little bit more complicated each time. This is going to train kind of those soft core muscles. So the core is meant to stabilize the spine, and this is going to help do that. So he's going to start with one hand on his belly and one hand underneath the small little tiny arch in his low back. He shouldn't have much of an arch there at all. It should be pretty close to the floor. And he's just going to start in this position. He's going to push one leg out, bring it back, and push the other leg out. What he wants to do is he wants to make sure he's not feeling any change in that low back when he extends that leg. If he is, then he's extending it too far. You want to get to the point where you're doing 6 to 10 of these with each leg without any problem whatsoever. Should be pretty straightforward for most people. Head stays in contact with the ground, chin stays tucked, belly stays appropriately tight, and just extend that knees. The progression to this is then to take his hands and put his hands overhead. So once you've got that dialed in, you're going to go to here, hands overhead, same exact thing with the legs. Just alternate extending each leg out. Again, making sure that nothing in that lumbar spine, in that core area moves. You want to make sure that that rib cage stays tied down to his hips. So you can see he's got some ribs popping up just a little bit right there. We want to keep those down as much as we can. And then the next progression is going to be knees bent at 90 degrees, hands down by his side. Keep the one knee up and still while the other leg extends all the way out. And again, the focus is the lumbar spine. If you feel any movement in that back when you're doing this, then don't put your leg down as far. So you just progress here, 6 to 8 of these, maybe 10 on each side, and then you should be able to progress to the 4th progression. So there's 4 progressions to the dead bug, and now, you guessed it, arms overhead, same exact position. Puts a lot more strain on the core. Again, should be appropriate for stabilization. You shouldn't be struggling. If you're making a face to do this and kind of high threshold, then you probably need to regress it to one of the other progressions. He's not having a baby. There we go. If you're having a baby, go back. All right, so that's a dead bug progression, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Master the first one before you go on to the next one.